Hello and welcome back. It's episode 3 of Dig or Die. And I think day 5 or so of the actual game. The game where we dig and most ultimately probably die in a futile effort of survival. Definitely one of the harder survival side-scroller games, 2D side-scroller games that I've played in a while. But I've learned some stuff since last time, and I've learned from a few of my mistakes that I made in the last episode. So I think we've got some growth in us, and we'll be more prepared for these next episodes. As you may have guessed, enough of you seemed interested enough that I decided to continue on with at least a few more episodes of Dig or Die. And I'm excited to see how things go. Do I think I'm going to actually make it to the building a rocket? Probably not. But at least the experience of trying is there. So I will try my damnedest, and we'll see how things go from there. But we'll continue on and continue moving. So I have some ideas of what I want to do in the next couple game days of things I want to try. Unfortunately, we have the dwellers to deal with now. Luckily, we don't have to deal with the brown hounds or the tier 2 hounds. So that does make things easier. We don't have to deal with the red firefly wasp things, which also makes things easier. But we do have to deal with the dwellers, which are much tankier than most of the mobs we fight now. I would say they're probably on the equivalence of the fish in tankiness, which luckily we don't have to deal with fish very often. So I think for now, I'm thinking of setting up a base near. Again, this is going to be a temporary base. I think I'm setting up a temporary base near our ship and kind of going from there. As I was saying, I've learned a few things since last time, and I've been kind of playing the game a little bit when I get the opportunity to, off screen, kind of new saves and such, trying to get a better idea of how to survive. That's the big question. How do you survive until you can build your rocket? There is an end game to this game. So we have that. However, it's a matter of figuring out how to survive until that end game. I think once you build your MK3, you're able to, through the MK3, able to work on the construction of the rocket, which once you create your rocket, you're able to get off the planet. So it's going to be a matter of trying to get to the construction of our rocket and go from there. Grab this stuff. Not because the stuff doesn't really need to be here. So I have an idea of possibly how I want to design my base. No. Possibly how I want to design my base, or my ultimate base, when I get the opportunity. But it's going to be a matter of if we get that opportunity. So another thing I learned is the concrete backgrounds, or I guess the concrete, no, not the concrete walls, but the concrete backgrounds, they prevent enemies from spawning. So that means if we have these cave systems around and we fill the backgrounds of them with concrete backgrounds, it should prevent enemies from spawning in them. So that has some positive implications. That if we can set up a base, harvest the dirt and stone that we need elsewhere, and potentially just kind of close off the backgrounds of any cave systems nearby. That could kind of shore up and clean up any potential areas nearby that could cause problems, which might make things easier. So it's definitely an idea that I'd like to explore, but we'll see how things go with that. Alright, so at this current time, I'm just trying to gather as much of these blue energy gems, blue energy gems as I can, so we can make some more turrets. Can I make this jump? I don't know if I can. Okay, we're gonna have to make something for this. Luckily, we can make a few of these. These are also always useful. Throw one of these here. There we go. Perfect. So I think for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to set up. Get out of here, plant. We're just going to set up a temporary base here for the night, since we're getting pretty close to that. That way we can make things easier. And the reason why I'm putting these blocks here is so that enemies have to actually okay. We're gonna need to do something with that, I think. Well, we can hope they don't try to come up here and shoot their way up through and instead come up over here. Actually, we could probably potentially block that. We're getting close to nighttime, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Alright. Let's hope they go up the proper way and ignore this. But the reason why I'm setting up these little platforms here is that I can get these turrets over here. Hey! We don't have time for you guys. And we're going to need to get this down. Get this down. I'm going to need a few more of these. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. I didn't get quite as many as I wanted. But we want to get as many of these bad boys down as we can to make things easier in the long haul. Okay. Maybe throw down a few rotating turrets. Maybe some lights so we can kind of see. Oh, that's exactly what I was looking forward to. Something like that. Now I think we're short on. I'm trying to see what we're. Ah, damn it! These wolves. Wolves, why are you spawning in there? You're making things so much more difficult than they need to be, wolves. Hounds. Why can't you just spawn in the normal area? See those hounds? Oh, those guys are so tanky, and they're hurting our turrets. Okay, I guess so long as they don't jump, it makes things easier. Come on, guys. I have no idea where those guys are trying to dig to. Me, I guess. Let them dig. Let them dig. Back this way, guys. Over here. No, no, dig up there. No, no, no. Damn it. Oh, boy. This night is not going to end anytime soon. Oh, boy. I don't want to die. And we go on an excursion. At least with it being daytime, we don't have to worry about more spawning. Oop. We do have to deal with the threats we currently have. Hey, hey, you leave that alone. And I can shoot through. These guys are never the fun ones to deal with. The dwellers, I kind of wish I didn't have to kill one of them last time, because these guys are definitely much tougher than I'm willing to deal with at the moment. Such a pain in the ass, too. I mean, once we get the dweller, once we get one more dweller shell, we can make some basic armor, which is fantastic overall. Oh god, they take so little damage. Oh, I want that. Thank God for all these potions. But once we get one more dweller shell, we can get the dweller armor, which will reduce damage by 1. And then can we outrun these guys? Get away from them? They're probably gonna chase us to the depths of hell. How's our gear? How's our items looking? Is that we lost? Is this right here? Oh, thank God. I was gonna say we lost our tier 1. Tier 1 MK auto builder, but we have it back. Okay, this is definitely not a place we want to hold out for the evening. We're gonna have to do something. I have an idea what we're gonna do to deal with those dwellers, because they don't really have much of a jump to them. So realistically, it's having an air advantage against them. Having some place that they can't get to, and you can kind of just kill them from a distance without having to worry about them. So I think our next plan of action for our base is going to be setting up something that's not easily accessible, so we don't have to worry about the hounds, or we don't have to worry about the dwellers getting to it, but we still have a way to deal with the wasp or fireflies, whatever the hell they are. So I think I had one base that I made in an extra, like a off-screen world that I had underwater, and it worked pretty well. There was only really one. Well, I think there was 2, because enemies started digging in from underneath. But realistically, there was only one way in, which was through a water drop shaft. And so long as I didn't become initially visible, they wouldn't actually try to swim down it. And I think the only ones that actually would swim down it were the hounds and the dwellers. So that is a potential option for something we could do. Another one would be kind of taking a flat surface and then digging out around it so it's not easily accessible. But we can set up some of these little platforms to actually get up to it. Definitely a thought. Something we probably can't really do well over here. Maybe to the right might be an option. I think it might be just trying to search for that way. That might be a good option. Alright. And I think my potions are doing okay at the moment. I think we used a couple, but we're still in a good place that it's not really an issue. Okay. So now it's just trying to find a flat area that we can kind of dig around and be okay in the long run. Ideally, it's someplace that already has quite a bit dug out around it. Something like this could be potential, but we do have this water we have to deal with. So many choices, so many choices. This could be a potentially good place. Because we already have this, we could start digging out that. I'm trying to find somewhere that's not too big is the problem. I mean, we could dig out this. It could be a good temporary base for now. Fortunately, this water is going to be a pain in the ass, but it could be something good as a temporary solution. Let's try it. And luckily for us, digging out all of this is just going to give us the stone and dirt we need to make more concrete stuff. So, always fantastic. And luckily, dirt is pretty easy to dig out in general. So with this, oh damn. With this, it's just going to be a matter of digging out enough of it so that the hounds and the dwellers can't get high enough to actually kind of start attacking the stuff and trying to get up. So maybe something like this height. Yeah, something like this might be good. It's just a matter of making it so they can't get up very easily. Oh, fish. Nice try, fish. We really it's just we don't want to give them an access point to try to start digging up into our thing. And I think that might be good enough right there. We don't want to give the hounds and the dwellers an access point to be able to start jumping up onto our base. Another thing I'm going to try is doing this. Staggered little platforms. That way they can't jump up to us easily. And I'm going to shorten this and flatten it out a little bit. Another means of making it more difficult for the enemies to get up to us. Alright, so if we do here, here, and then we can do some little here, here. There we go. Something like that might work well. We can get some lighting. Not that much lighting. Some lighting up here. And if I throw down my MK1, I should be able to... Okay, not my MK1. MK2. I should be able to make some of this concrete back wall. Something like that would be good. And we'll want to... Let's see. Let's start off by filling in this stuff. And we'll start setting up some of the back wall over here. That way we don't have to potentially worry about enemies spawning over here. A lot of things we have to worry about, but we'll get it. Okay. We've got a little bit of daylight left. Now we're going to need to separate this from our base. That way enemies can't easily jump over from here to our base. Okay, we're going to go down. There we go. And we'll start cutting this off. I think we'll cut it off up to about here, maybe. Something like that. At least a general cutoff. Something that will give us a little bit of space and protection. Alright. Something like that, I think. There we go. And I don't think they can make that jump right there. We'll get a little bit of light around here. Okay, so at that point, we should, realistically, only have to deal with the flying enemies. Which I'm going to want to make a few more of these rotating turrets. Want to scatter them around. Let's get this tier 1 guy here. Oh, we're short on iron. Okay. We'll put one more guy here. So at this point, the only things we should have to worry about... I mean, we're going to have a surplus of those guys down below. But for now, we should only realistically have to worry about the flying guys, and then we'll have to deal with those other guys down below when we actually go down there. Like that. Perfect. And of course, I think we'll flatten this out when we get the chance. We'll have to build some more of this concrete wall, probably. Flatten out this surface. One thing that I'm thinking we're going to do is we'll end up building up this upper area, maybe putting some different levels of building, putting turrets all over it. Down below, we'll probably end up setting up some turrets down there just to deal with the melee guys down there, since they aren't going to be attacking back. You see the hounds and the dwellers. Those guys don't really attack back at turrets unless they're kind of trying to shoot at us or get to us and, you know, in turn accidentally hit the turrets. So I think we're going to be good in that front. This airbase, I think, is probably one of the better ways to deal with to survive. So I think this is going to be our ultimate plan for this. And I think this is our first night. Yeah, first night we're going to deal with. So that means we only have to worry about upgrading our current base. Perfect. And luckily, water doesn't like deter turrets and stuff like that. Like pick it up and knock it off, which is a lucky thing. So we don't have to worry about that. Whether that's going to be changed in the future or not, that's a different story altogether. But we don't have to worry about that. Another idea we could do is potentially knock in some holes in the side of our wall and put turrets on the side of it, so enemies, some of these fireflies that are trying to fly up the side of it, will get hit in the meantime. Oh boy. There's a lot of... Oh yeah! That's what I wanted to build turrets down there for, is to deal with this shit. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that very well. I wish I had some grenades or something. Is there anywhere I can lead them over here that they'll go down into a bad place? Somewhere they can't easily get back up from? Or are they going to just follow me to the depths of hell and Hades? They are. Oh, it looks like there's a little bit less of them, though. I think some of them fell down. Ooh. That down there is going to be our next course of action to fix, which realistically could just be putting a bunch of the rotating turrets around down here, or flattening out the land and putting a bunch of these Gatling guns would be a good solution. Okay, this is... Oh, no, not quite. These guys are going to be a pain and are probably going to consume most of my day. Damn you guys. Dwellers, why are you so tanky? I could. I wish I could sprint. I think I need a way down over here as well. Apparently. Okay. I think I lured them far enough away that I might be able to get down here without too much resistance. Probably not. Aha, okay. Alright, so this, from what we could see, needs some Gatling turrets. Gatling turret, Gatling turret, Gatling turret, Gatling turret. Something like that, maybe. Oh, they're trying to get up. Okay. Something like that would probably work. We could probably stand to use some rotating turrets there. Come here, guys. Come on up. Suck it. Well, that'll eventually kill him. We could stand to use some rotating turrets, though, which is a shame. We're gonna need more turrets overall. Okay, let's drop down our MK2. Those guys are definitely make things trickier than they need to be. We'll pop a potion. Maybe make a few more. There we go. Okay. So what do we need? We need more iron. Iron is our short supply right now. I might have to come down here and combat them a little bit. As I'm trying to work for iron. And that has the added benefit of potentially killing a dweller. Armor. Shell. Whew. Oh, there's a... No, that's a horn. You guys are tanky as shit. Definitely going to need some rotating turrets down there to make things a little bit easier with the dwellers. And I hear them shooting up towards us. We'll have to get down here and try to take this iron as quickly as we can. Try not to get knocked down. Okay. Again, like I was saying, getting some concrete walls will probably be a good thing to do in these tunnels and stuff, just to reduce the potential spawns of enemies. Definitely not something we're going to worry about just yet, but soon. Soon! We got a little less than half the day left. Oh. You followed me, huh? Yeah, go down there. We don't need to see you right now. You guys are persistent as shit. Alright, and you're tankier than the fish. Much, much tankier. Oh. I'm really sad that we already killed them. And instead of having been able to wait until we get like a tier 3 turret or something. Sorry, Firefly. Wasp, yellow wasp. Don't have time for your shenanigans. Thank God for all these potions. Hound, no time for you. I'm dealing with your angrier cousin. The Dweller. The Dweller. Though we do have enough to make our armor now. Will definitely be an upgrade we're going to want to make. No. Okay, let's see if I can get this iron. And that might be the end of the harvesting for this day cycle. Ooh, quite a bit of iron here too. This is exactly what I needed. This will do me good for a little bit, I think. Although those turrets and shit are expensive. It's like 5 iron per turret, which will run through this iron pretty quickly. Can I get down further? I can. It's gonna start costing me. Or costing me oxygen though. Alright, let's try it. I think we can harvest this quick enough. Not worry about drowning. Oh, that runoff. Damn you, runoff, damn you. Okay. This is going to be a pretty solid amount of iron, if I had to say so myself. Ugh, just shy. Alright. let's clean up this last bits and pieces. Sorry, fish. No time for you. Hoop, 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 hoop. And I think that is the time to go back to base. We'll pick up our Gatling turrets, replace them so that they're full health. And we'll have time for that. And maybe we'll be able to get down to here to place some of the rotating turrets, which, like I said, ideally I would like to be able to place. Do that, and we'll place 3 over here, like that. And if I can get a couple rotating turrets down here, I will be happy. But the nighttime approaches very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's exactly what we want. That'll also deal with any of the flyers nearby as well. Yeah, that'll be good. Nighttime approaches. And now we head back into the bunker. And we wait out the night. Hopefully the, like, 13 or 12 turrets down there. I think it's like 12. 12 turrets down there should be enough to hold them off down there. And we know that these are good enough to hold them off for the evening. And let's make a dweller armor. Oh, we have black dweller shell. What is this? Dweller shell. Oh. Are we fighting like the tier 2 dwellers? Damn it! We somehow met the harder dwellers. Well, ain't that our luck? I was wondering why they were so hard to kill. Because I remember the dwellers not being as hard to kill as that. I think we ran into the tier 2 dwellers. That's the shit. Alright, these turrets are doing a pretty good job down here dealing with those guys. That's good news overall for us. Whether they'll kill them or the night cycle is over is a different story. And not like we need many of the turrets to deal with the yellow wasp that we're dealing with here. Yeah, look at that. Killing them nice and tastefully. Perfect. This is working fantastic. We could probably get a few more rotating turrets down there to make things even easier, survival-wise for us. Hell, I don't even think these Gatling turrets are doing a fantastic job down there. Especially with all the enemies just kind of jumping around. Maybe. It's hard to say. Yeah, look at them. Alright, I like how our base is working out so far. It's doing its job. Now that we've actually secured both fronts, the upper and lower front. Alright, let's get these guys killed, and we can call it for an episode for today. Definitely a much better base so far than what we've had in the past, which has been, I think, just holding out the night. No, did we? We might have held out the night with a couple of rotating turrets or something. And then we had that stone enclave that we had in the side, where we accidentally killed one of these guys. Perfect. This is exactly what I was hoping for. This is working fantastically, and unfortunately, I can't do a whole lot with that. Maybe with maybe with the next tier of auto builder we could do something. But I would say our base is pretty good for now. We'll definitely have to upgrade it soon once we start getting over to the Red Wasp, because those guys are a lot more difficult to kill. But that, I think, is going to do it for today, guys. Thanks for joining. As always, we'll be back next time with some more Dig or Die and continue to expand our base and hopefully survive longer. But if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or feedback, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. As always, this is Rock. and I'll catch you guys next time.